Hey guys, editing Tsubasa here. Just want to let you know if you stick around past the end of the video when I say peace, I actually have some B-roll footage of me going to Mont Saint Michel. I personally think that this is quite liminal or relaxing, depending on what you want to perceive it as. But anyway, let's get right into the video. Make sure to subscribe, like, and comment, and I'll see you in, well, the future. Peace. Hello everyone. As you can tell, I finally got my ring light from my parents' house, and so everything is a lot more clear and less grainy. So, with that being said, I hope you had a great weekend and are ready for another week of entries. This one's from July 8th, 2024, 9:44 p.m. One more week of being in France until I return home. Personally, I can't wait to see my friends and family. I also can't wait to be back home to experience the weather because although it's terribly hot and humid, I still miss that feeling to some degree. I also miss playing on my Xbox where I usually socialize with people on the internet. France has been fun, and I enjoyed the ease at which I was able to travel around the country. I have one final stop at Mont Saint Michel. I have yet to decide if I should rent a bike this time or not, as it's only around 4.5 miles from the station, which is around a 2.5 to 3 hour walk there. I do have a considerable amount of time too before I check into my hotel for the night. After I wake up for the next day, though, I do leave back to my current living quarters, so maybe getting on a bike will allow me to explore the town close by. My time in France has felt fast, despite there being days that take forever to pass. Recently, these past few days have flown by as I didn't do much over the weekend, and apart from my 2 experiments I've done today, I just finished reading JoJolion. For those wondering, it's my 4th most favorite part. The ranking goes as follows from most favorite to least favorite. 7, 5, 6, 8, 4, 2, 3, 1. Say what you want, Golden Wind has some of my most favorite fights out of all of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Also, Stone Ocean has some of the best character and stand designs in my opinion. It's odd. I've created a rhythm for myself in order to make the days go by, but despite my attempts to become comfortable with it, there's always some sort of dissatisfaction I have. Whether it's the bed, lack of AC, flies, or noise level at 1 to 4 a.m. in the morning, I've never really got a comfortable night's sleep. I think this environment does not suit me. I do not like this. And it's unfair to others as I seem to talk to them with this stained behavior. Specifically, I'm talking about Callie. I've felt neglected by her recently, but when I look at previous texts, they seem healthy. She's just working and focusing on herself, which is quite a lot for her, so adding me into the equation doesn't really help her. Plus, she already stated that because of this stressful load that she has, she just wants to be friends for now. I need to remain patient in these times, as I am being put to the test. While isolated in another country, I need to remember that all will be well when I return home. I'm glad today is coming to a close. I'm so desperate to leave this beautiful country for my own. I miss the fortunate privilege I have been given in my life, like driving, for instance. There's been very few times here where I'm comfortable singing at a high volume level, as I don't want to disturb the other people I'm living with. Driving enables me to do that, though. This lack of freedom is what adds to the satisfaction with my stay here. Hopefully this week will pass by like crazy, with that final trip, packing to leave, and a barbecue later in the week. God, wish me luck. 10:31 p.m. So, yeah, we're getting ready to leave France at this point in time. And that last trip that I took from Pontorson to Mont Saint Michel was freaking awesome. I loved it so much. I had some food in Pontorson, and let me tell you, there's a chicken sandwich place called Chicken Cabana. And the chicken sandwich there is S tier. The best chicken sandwich I've ever had. Like, it cannot compete with anything here. Like, the best chicken sandwich I've ever had. It is so good, as well as some other food that I had that was equally great. My trip there was pretty nice. I listened to Simon and Garfunkel's "I Am a Rock, I'm an Island." Well, it's just "I am a rock," but that's the whole phrase, if you will. And obviously, I listened to that because Mont Saint Michel, if you don't know, is this giant castle in the middle of like a lake. So it's basically a rock. It's basically an island. So while I was doing that, I was walking there, and it actually only took me about 2 hours, which is great. I'm a pretty fast walker, I guess. What's very nice is that the people are very cordial, and they do have some sensibility of being like, hey, there's a person walking on the side of the road, let's not run him over. Whereas in America, I don't know, for some reason in America, I feel a whole lot more like I'm about to get hit kind of deal if I'm doing something like that. Overall, my last experience at Mont Saint Michel was very nice. I will be putting pictures up right now of my experience that honestly, it was like no other. Going to Mont Saint Michel was really nice and really cool, as well as the journey back and the places that were around the area. In regards to Callie and our friendship and how that's going, we are just friends. We've kind of decided that with how our lives are going right now, that things aren't necessarily going to work out the way I think either of us wanted it to. But I'm glad for her that she is taking initiative to do the right thing. I have mentioned Callie previous times in these entries, but Callie is a very strong person, in my opinion, and someone that I heavily respect because she realizes what she needs to prioritize, and she's a very hard worker, and she's a very caring person. So, shout out to you, Callie. If you're watching this, hi. I bet you didn't expect that I was making YouTube videos, but here I am. With that, I believe there's only a couple more entries that I have in France before I leave back to the States. So if you're looking to see the final closing of me being in France, because the beginning of that dates all the way back to, I have no clue what day, probably sometime in late May. I hope you guys have a nice day and a nice week. Peace. Holy crap, there it is. Way off in the distance over there. That's crazy. Look at that, off in the distance. It's a little windmill. There you go. Look at that. Crazy. Oh, there it is. Getting close. Very cool. Look at that, people down there getting their toes in the sand while it's low tide. That's so cool. Alright, I'm in the sand. Oh, wow. That is just crazy. There's really nothing for a couple of miles, really. It's a loaded old rock.